It's Jazzy Lady back with another video. Um, I know there's no actual video on here. I'm joking. In my mind, I feel like my channel is it's like I call them black screen videos because it's just me share my thoughts here on just everything going on in the world. And what's on my mind right now is this is making me laugh. Okay, Tim Scott, the the Republican senator from South Carolina. Oh my God, this is very funny to me. Tim Scott was recently questioned about if he has someone in his life, oh, mainly a woman. He says, "Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's a good, Christian woman. Good Christian girl." Oh my God, listen, I don't care. The reason it's funny to me is because he's very, he's in this party of conservative values and you know, anti-homosexuality and being just straight as an arrow. And we all know that, listen, Tim, you're fruity as a fruitcake. Okay. You're gay. Everybody listen, listen, my gaydar is super strong and it's going off with you. Okay. You're gay, honey bun. Okay. You a honey bun. And that's okay. I don't care. What I'm saying is, you know, it's some sugar in that tank. Okay. And when you said a good Christian woman, I mean, you could even keep a straight face. Like you were kind of laughing, like, that's bullshit. Like, that the reason that we've never seen you with anyone of any gender in a romantic way, male or female, is because, you're gay and you're almost 60 years old. It's not like a man that's 57 and he's had long term relationships with women and just never got married. That's different. We've never seen you with anybody, and it's just the vibe I get. I can just sense it. I've seen Tim Scott in many interviews. Um, Seems like an intelligent man in some areas, but definitely awkward in some other areas. And I definitely think, he's gay. And again, it wouldn't be an issue if you weren't in a party that really, kind of is trying to stop you from, being who you are, right? I want you to be free to be who you are and be comfortable. And I kind of feel bad. Listen, here's the weird thing about this. You're in a party that really would never accept you if you came out anyway. See, that's the problem. This is the irony that you're in a party that doesn't even accept you for who you are, which is why you're making up this story about this Christian girlfriend that you have, this strong Christian girl. Oh my God, that's what's even funnier. Like you can't, okay. There is no, and it's funny when you were asked. I think this was another separate interview because they've really been, you know, pounding you about this, hammering you about this lately. And yes, pun intended, pounding you about this. I think the interviewer said, "Are we going to meet her ever?" And he was like, Tim goes, "Yeah, yes." That was awkward. No, we're never going to meet her because, she doesn't exist. She is a he and, maybe lives in South Carolina. I don't know. Maybe, your lover's in California. I don't care. You could be having a long distance relationship with a really hot guy right now. I actually would like to see your boyfriend because he could be really cute. You know what I mean? I don't know. But Tim Scott might probably has a really cute boyfriend and he would probably like to show him off. But the problem is the party that you claim allegiance to will never accept you for who you really are. And that's probably the saddest thing about this is that the lesson here is that he can't really be himself anyway, which is why he has to lie right now. The reason Tim Scott is telling people that he has a strong Christian girlfriend is because they can never accept the fact that he is gay. So he has to lie to be accepted. And whenever you have to lie to be accepted by a group of people, then you don't want to be part of that group. That's the lesson here. They're not going to accept him for who he is, which is why he's making up this story because he wants to win votes. He knows in South Carolina it would be harder to get reelected. And if he is to seriously run for president, he can't do that as an openly gay, man, particularly an openly gay black man, so he knows the score, which is why he's doing what he's doing. So it's not like I don't understand. Obviously, from a political perspective, he's being very shrewd. He's being very shrewd, right? It's part of his strategy. So I understand what he's doing. Obviously, he has to, omit the truth, so to speak, because he wants to get elected. You know what I mean? And still live his life privately. It would just be nice if, he could just say it. But again, I know why he can't say it, but I have to admit some of it makes me laugh a little bit just because, when he said strong Christian girlfriend, I started laughing and I'm like, oh my God, Tim, like you're gay. You know what I mean? I just feel like it's a lot of people sometimes just want to just come out like Tyler Perry. That's another video, but Tyler Perry, I definitely want him to just, come out and say it like, and it's funny. I actually have someone I know and they really seriously think Tyler Perry is straight. And I'm like, I busted. I was like, you seriously think that Tyler Perry is a straight man? And I'm like, oh my God, like what do I have to do to convince you that this man is not? And again, it was sort of like, they're in denial. They're like, no, he's into. I'm like, what women have you seen Tyler Perry with in a relationship? Seriously, I'm not talking about like arm candy. Like he went to a premiere of one of his movies and he just had a model on his arm. You know what I mean? I know a long time ago there are pictures of him with Tyra Banks about 20, years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah, that's a friend of his. I'm sure he never French kissed her. I don't think Tyra Banks and Tyler Perry, the two T's, ever made out. Okay, but that's a whole other video. But just I'm gonna share my thoughts on that. Tim, otherwise, you seem like you have some good point. A lot of stuff I definitely disagree with you on, in some areas politically, but in terms of who you are and your sexuality, I just wish it would be acceptable for you to come out, but I understand politically why you feel you have to hide who you are because you're part of a party that would never accept you. And I mean that in more ways than one. But it's Jazz Lady, and I'll be back with another video.